Hello everybody, welcome to Manifesting with me, Lee, where we get to manifest our desires. And on my channel, guys, I just share my experiences, what I did and how it worked out for me, and in the hopes that you will use my tips according to how I applied the methods, and then they will help you too, right? They'll definitely help you too. The assumption, it works. The law works for everyone that is committed to it. So in today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about how to defeat and get rid of limiting beliefs, because limiting beliefs are the only things also that can keep you away, that can block you from manifesting, or that delay your manifestation process. Whether you're manifesting your SP, whether you're manifesting your job, whether you're manifesting whatever it is that you're manifesting, we have to really get those limiting beliefs under control or get rid of them completely. And it's not difficult at all, people. I didn't understand all these terms. You know, when I started the law of assumption journey, everything was just like, what are limiting beliefs? I didn't even know. So sometimes it helps to know something, understand it, so that you will go check, am I doing this? Am I doing this? Am I doing that? And once you realize that you have been doing A, B, and C, that it has been, you know, opposing your manifestation, then you can change it. Because without information, it's very difficult for us, or without knowledge, it's very difficult for us to change anything for the better. And we keep doing the same mistakes and we don't see results, or we see the same results. So limiting beliefs, what are those things? Limiting beliefs are anything like reasons that you are accustomed to, that, you know, the way the human brain works, things that make you believe that you cannot have what you want. And they are usually formed according to like reality, like logically. When you are manifesting, the law of assumption, guys, logic, like think logically, that can also be a limiting belief, because we are when you are assuming, you are living in your mind. And when you are living in your mind, imagination, you make all the rules. It's got nothing to do with anything. We literally debunk everything that's happening around us, because we are creating a new reality for ourselves in our mind. So a limiting belief, let's say for instance, you want to, your SP, you and your SP is living far away from you. You are in a long distance relationship with your SP, or a long distance situation with your SP. That's logic, reality, 3D, you know. 3D says that you guys are far from each other. There's no way that this relationship is going to work. Things are difficult, blah, 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 like it was with me, right? That's the 3D. That is the limiting factor, thing that is stopping me, that is preventing me from actively accessing my manifestation, right? But then 4D, 5D, 4D, 5D, it's here. In your mind, what you are telling your mind about your situation. Now you want to change that limiting belief to, well, I can do this. So what do? You don't want that. You want you and your SP to live in close proximity. You want your SP, you wake up next to your SP. So what do? You create an affirmation, or a scene in your mind, or whatever you call it, that implies that you and your SP are actually in close proximity. Do you understand, guys? So now, instead of focusing on the fact that your SP is far away, which is in the 3D, looks like it, in the 4D, you are not apart. So then it makes sense to you, like every time you think of your SP, you think of your SP lying next to your SP, walking together, holding hands, coming home to one another. So then you say, my SP and I are always together. My SP and I come home to each other all the time. I finally moved in with my SP. You see what that is? And when you close your eyes to imagine before you go to bed, what do? You only think of you and your SP. You even imagine. Some people even use the pillow method. It does work. I've actually used the pillow method. I still use it today, and it works like wonders. So some people would actually use the pillow method and hold on to the pillow and pretend like when they go to bed, that's their SP, and they really are able to sort of get into that. astral project into that, and then it feels real. They make it feel real. So it's up to you to think about your desire so intensely up until it feels real to you. So the limiting belief will say, no, you can't and whatnot. And then it forces you to remember and to focus on the 3D instead of the 4D. So basically, limiting beliefs are the things that we see in the 3D that are sort of reminding us that, oh, what you are thinking, that's not it, by the way. And then you, now when you are doing the law of assumption, when you are intentionally manifesting for your SP, you debunk the 3D and you focus on the 4D, because the 4D creates the 3D anyway. Everything that we see today, your bed, your chair, your whatever, it was first created in another realm. Definitely not here. It's an imagination. You imagine the table, and then you make the table. It started here first. You had to have an image of that table in your mind, and then you saw the table, so that when you go to the store, you will recognize that that's the table that I've been imagining. I want exactly that table. You see, so you keep that image alive in your mind up until you see it in reality. Another limiting belief can also be that can actually block your manifestation, and it's you thinking that your SP, like focusing too much on what your SP said. Like, for instance, you can't make someone, you can't control, like things that people are saying, that you can't control your SP, you can't control another human being, you can't make another human being do what they do. People have free will. Okay. Yes, people have free will, but people have free will in their lives. But how people show up in my reality, that's up to me. So limiting belief is created by popular belief about what we can and cannot do to people, and that's up to you. If you're going to believe that you can't do something, then you definitely can't do it. But if you believe that you can do something, you definitely can. And in the law of manifesting an SP, you better believe that you can get whatever you want out of your SP. You have to convince us. It's a game. It's an art of convincing yourself of what you want. It is. So then what do? Well, if somebody says to you, well, you can't make people, I definitely can imagine you to show up the way I want you to show up, but then as soon as you go out there to the world, that's your problem. And I've practiced that and I've seen it. Like, people will say, this person is such a mean person, like, especially like my manager or something like that, or supervisors, they'll tell you that, oh, she's so difficult, she's mean and whatnot and whatnot. And I would be like, oh, is that the kind of person that you guys say she is? I'm not going to join you in that. I'm not even going to say it with my mouth. I'm not even going to declare it with my mouth to say that person's like that. And then I would be like, because when I started working at my workplace, and I was still new around 2020, there was a manager. My supervisor was this other woman, and people were just like, no, she's just difficult to work with. Before I went into the job, people that worked under her said that she was just a nightmare to work with, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, then I'm going to affirm that she likes me. She's going to like me. She's going to like me. I didn't know much about the law yet, but when I found out, when I knew about the law, then I started to intentionally say that I am her favorite. I am her favorite. I am her favorite. We're closer than ever. She's even a friend to me. Guess what? She is exactly that today. We are friends. We are close. Like, sometimes when I go into her office, she has a special table for me where I sit. And even people like at work know that, like, whoa, that's her table. You even feel like you are the one that owns this office. That's how close we are. Because I did not go after popular belief. Whatever you believe, you are going to see it. You're going to experience it. Whatever you're fascinated by, you are definitely going to experience. You get what you are fascinated by. So if you're fascinated by the fact that by what you see in the 3D regarding your SP, that your SP is too far away, it's too hard for this relationship to work. You ever notice that people that say that, that declare with their mouth and they are in agreement with what they're seeing, they usually continue seeing that. Oh, that person's a difficult person. And then that person always shows up difficult to them. But then to other people will be like, no, but that person has always been nice. Then they experience the nicer version of that person because that's what they are agreeing about it. So when you get like hostile treatment from your SP in the 3D, and you never get phone calls, you never get communication, and you feel like you're the only one that's energetically invested in this relationship, let me tell you something. You need to change the story about your SP. The way that you see your SP, you need to take your focus away from what the world is saying about people, about manifesting people, about how you can never do this, how you can never do that, how it's impossible to do that. You need to get the world out of your mind. You need to declutter your mind of everything that you have been accustomed to in the 3D. It is easy to believe that because, you know, you live in the 3D, the flesh is here, but in order for you to experience what you want to experience, you really have to declutter that, debunk anything and everything that's out there, and only focus on what you want. I know it sounds cliche, but it has never failed. Focus on what you want. Focus on what you want all day. Meditate on it. Whenever you are thinking about your situation, whenever you're thinking about your SP, you better leave the things of the world out and focus on what you want, what you are seeing. Create images in your mind and affirm those images. If in your mind you see you and your partner walking, sitting in the park, kissing, whatever, that's exactly what you affirm. We are always making quality time for one another. My SP loves to call me. I used to say that all the time. I would even take it as far as my SP loves to video call me. Video calling me is his favorite thing to do, and he does it every single day. What did he do? And for a long time I said that, like I would say that and say that and say that up until it became a reality. When he calls, he likes to video call. I don't really like it, but he does it now. My SP that I've manifested, he loves video calling. He does. He loves to see my face when he talks to me because I always affirmed it. Everything that I affirmed intentionally, and I didn't give up, especially in the face of adversity, especially those things that looked like they were the hardest. My SP was just a problem, used to be a problem with communication. So it was very difficult for me. I used to have a lot of resistance towards affirming for communication with my SP because it was the most challenging thing with him. So then my mind was stuck on, oh, he'll never call. So even when I send him a text or whatever, I'll always have this thought at the back of my mind, he'll never call. What are the chances that he'll pick up my call? And then guess what? That's exactly what would happen. But I had to go against that because I'm like, I want my SP to focus on me. I want my SP to enjoy calling me. I want my SP to communicate with me. So what am I going to do? I'm going to start affirming as though he is doing that. He is already affirming. Communicating with me. He loves to video call. I took it a notch higher. I dared to be extra. He calls me every single time. He texts me a couple of times a day. He cannot go a day without texting or calling me multiple times a day. That's how far I'd even take it. And that's exactly what's happening today. So you have to get the world and these popular beliefs out of your mind and focus on what you want. That's the only way you're going to win in the game of assumption. And I must say, guys, for all of you who say, I'm still struggling with, doing this on my own because I give up on myself every now and then, I do offer mentoring sessions. Please look in the description box below. Send me an email and look at the session prices as well. And, so if you need help and you're serious about manifesting your SP, do give me a dial. I am living proof that you can definitely manifest an SP to be yours and yours alone. It was not easy. I dealt with quite a lot. Third party, the baby mama, it was quite a lot. And I think I need to make more videos regarding how I overcame certain things as well. So you need to commit yourself to this. If you need help, if you need assistance in this journey, please send me an email. Look at the description box below. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe, guys. And I'll see you on the other side of consistency. I love you, but go and do the job, right? Go try it out. Go and create affirmations. Go and create the new story, and you will see the changes happen in your life. Do not give up just because it looks like it's impossible. Do not focus on what you see. Focus on what you see in your mind's eye, and you will see the changes. Bye.